Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about bank runs,
Yes.
what's going on with Credit Suisse, and that is a really big deal that needs to be talked about a lot. We just got through doing some bank transactions yesterday. We did some of it today, and we get a lot of questions about banks.
Yes. And a lot of stories too that people tell me of what they're going through.
If you have any more stories, please send them. Send them to ninjanationreport@gmail.com.
Yep.
Because that's really important to us, is what's actually happening in the community. We're going to talk about Credit Suisse and what's going on with them right now. And we're going to talk about some of the bank failures that have happened in the past. We'll go back to 2007 and talk about, some that's happened and some things to look out for.
Yep, absolutely. And we're sitting in front of this really, really cool tank. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's got really huge fish in it right now. But anyway, so let's talk about what's going on. As you guys all know, the Credit Suisse, I think that's how you say that correctly, they had a bank run in last year, the last quarter of 2022.
Yep.
And it seems to be, we did. It seems to be what makes bank runs, and we want to talk about this more, what's happening in the United States and a few other places, concerns and rumors.
Right.
Whenever people get concerned about a particular bank, then people start withdrawing the money.
That's the number one thing we've got to look out for, is concerns and rumors about banks, because people get uneasy and they'll, want to get their money out. They don't want to lose all their money, and that's a really good reason to have your money in other banks.
Yes, and we actually talk about that a lot. We're like, hey, you guys, don't put all your money in one bank. Put it in several banks. And we actually had to visit several banks yesterday because we had to transfer funds and do different things, but that way it keeps us a little bit safe.
And you can be your own bank too.
Yes.
You always have to have enough to pay your bills and everything. But you can have precious metals as your bank, or something else.
Or real estate, or whatever you want.
Yeah, you can. The problem with real estate and everything else other than precious metals is not very easy. It's not very liquid,
True.
But, there's that option.
Let's talk about some of their
go ahead
stats
and see what happened at Credit Suisse.
Yeah, so their bank, they've been struggling. I mean, they have dropped the bank stock has dropped 12%. Because they, of course, have said that, they got larger than expected losses. For 5 straight quarters, they've also had losses. It's actually $1.5 billion. They have having people withdraw money. It's like $110.5 billion, I think, now. And it's just over and over. I mean, people are really starting to get concerned. The CEO is coming out. He's a new CEO. He's trying desperately to save this bank. And people are, it's something, if I had my money in that bank right now, I would be pulling it.
Yeah, I would be too. Not a question about it. And keep in mind, this is happening somewhere else.
Yep.
It always happens somewhere else first. But the likelihood of it happening here isn't that far off. All we've got is probabilities, and you have to play those. And the likelihood of us not experiencing a bank failure, and there's been 0. There's been 1 back in 2008. We'll get to that in a minute.
For the U.S.
But this is kind of the calm before the storm, in my opinion. What has happened over the last 60 years is probably not going to happen for the rest of time. We're looking at the Thunderdome, legit, guys, and it's a very odd environment right now. We're starting to see, hey, things are not good globally, and we're in a global economy now. There's no way around it. It's not like last time at all.
Well, I want to tell you 3 different things that you guys have called in and told us personally when it comes to banks. One is somebody was trying to buy precious metals, and they would only allow them to transfer $1,000 a day from account to account. You guys, I've never heard of that. And if you guys have heard of that or experienced that, let me know. Someone else said the other day that they were actually trying to buy precious metals, and they were denied a wire transfer. The bank would not do a wire transfer. And then let's see, what was it? I had someone the other day, she had got concerned about her bank, started pulling funds out. She said, Stacey, my bank has never called me in the history. She said, I've been banking with them from like 1980s. She said, all of a sudden they have been blowing my phone up saying, why are you pulling the money out? How can we help you invest this money? Why don't you invest with us? We'll show you like how to do investments and all this kind of stuff. So I don't know. I think that there is an interesting thing going on with the banks. And if you look at the example, what we went back to like 2007, we found 4, I think, and one of them was in the U.S.
Yeah.
And they were one of them was in, the United Kingdom. Go ahead.
Listen to the things they say over and over.
Okay, yeah, they said the run was sparked. This was in 2007. This was in the UK. The run was sparked by concerns about the bank's solvency and liquidity. Concerns and rumors.
Concerns and rumors.
Yep.
All it takes is a good rumor.
It does. And IndyMac in the United States, same thing. It was started by the housing market and rumors and concerns which led to a number of customers withdrawing their bank. This one actually failed, and the FDIC took it over. Another one, Cyprus Bank, ran in 2013, and I actually really remember that one. It was concerned because it was concerned that it was going to kind of leak over into the United States. Same thing. It was triggered by concerns about the stability of the bank because they were heavily in debt, the bank was. Same thing with DBS Bank in 2018, India. The run was sparked by rumors and concerns. Every time there's a concern about a bank and you get rumors, people get nervous. And I think that's what's happening now. And I'm having people call me pretty much daily and tell me of their experience with the banks, and they're taking some of their money and they're diversifying. And
that's just smart. And here's the biggest takeaway is they're telling us, they've lost billions of dollars last year.
Yep.
They're telling us,
Yep.
It doesn't look good.
5 straight quarters.
Yeah, 5 straight quarters of losses. Now, what are they not telling us? That's the question everybody needs to ask themselves. The last thing they want is a rumor
And a concern.
And all it takes is a rumor, because everybody's already concerned.
Right.
So that's the most important thing is what are they not telling us? How are they holding this deck of cards together? Is the duct tape coming off this airplane that's running as hard as it can? It seems to me like it is. And if you've made it this far in the video, please put #bankrun.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think we're going to start seeing bank runs in the future. We don't know when, but all we can do is prepare,
That's exactly right. Well, a lot of people are concerned. I talk to you guys every day, and a lot of people are genuinely concerned. And a lot of people that have never bought precious metals, they've never even thought about anything like this, they're genuinely concerned. And and we are too. That's the reason why we say all the time, be prepared, not scared. We constantly take all these different steps.
Yeah, be your own bank. Diversify your wealth in other banks, be out of debt, that just try not to be part of the problem, and you'll have the opportunity to be part of the solution. I really do believe that. And I don't want any of this stuff to happen. A lot of people think, you guys are doom and gloomers, and
No, I don't.
You want the United States to fail. No, I don't.
No.
That's the last thing I want.
Yep.
But, we're moving into some really uncertain times, and Credit Suisse is that's a bellwether. Yes, it's overseas. Yes, it's not here yet. But like I said, this is a global economy. Look, this year as things start to unfold, start to look for concerns and doubts in our banking system.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say it enough, guys.
Yep, I agree. I completely agree.
So guys, we're in the middle of Bass Pro, and people have kind of been walking by. I thought it was a really cool background. We actually went to a couple different parks to try to find a cool background where, like we're out doing banking stuff today. We just closed on some property, and we just wanted to kind of fill you in on what's going on across the world. So have an awesome, awesome day. Thank you for being here. Later.